Can you shortly introduce yourself?
Sure. Dennis Modegom, Director Northern Europe at Shippeo, responsible for our business in Benelux, UK, Ireland and Scandinavia. And been with the company for about 3 years.
And my name is Erik Mulders. I'm responsible within Simacan for the strategic partnerships. I've been with Simacan now for almost 6 years.
You're at the ICT and Logistics Fair here in Utrecht. How are your experience these days?
Very useful to see people from the industry talking about the subjects that really matter, especially around the topic of supply chain visibility. Obviously, following all the disruptions we've seen over the past year and a half, definitely a topic of interest. So good timing, I'd say.
And I see we've got some disruptions to tell to the market as well, Erik. Can you tell a little bit about it? The Simacan Shippeo collaboration.
Yes, I think indeed you can call it a disruption. There's a lot of roaring after we announced this. Basically people see us as competitors. And I think we both decided that we are not competitors because we can really collaborate to give end-to-end visibility throughout the whole supply chain. So from producers to end consumers. If you look behind us, you see the very nice mural with Shippeo on the left and Simacan on the right, basically providing that end-to-end visibility. And I think that visibility is something that our mutual customers are very, very interested in. And they're delighted that companies like Shippeo and Simacan have chosen to cooperate instead of compete with each other.
And where do you meet each other, Dennis? What part of the supply chain?
Well, especially where our business cross would be primarily at the DC or at the warehouse, where Shippeo could provide and supply and track the goods to the DC or the warehouse, and would be an excellent handover point for Simacan to take it from there and either replenish the stores in a high density area, or for instance to business to consumer parcels and in urban areas.
And what separates us?
What do you mean, what separates?
What's the differentiation between Shippeo and Simacan?
Well, I think the differentiation mainly is the focus we have on different segments in the supply chain. I mean, Shippeo focuses merely on global logistics, multimodal, long-haul inbound streams. And for Simacan, of course, the sweet spot is that highly dense last-mile distribution in urban areas. And I think both platforms and both organizations are optimized to service their specific part of the supply chain. But I think there are more parallels basically than things that set us apart. Because in DNA and culture, the companies are very much alike.
Did you experience that the market is waiting for such collaborations, Dennis?
Well, I think it's early in the market today to find a partnership like this that's really covering the entire transportation life cycle. But this soon will be a demand in terms of having the visibility to address the needs of this life cycle in transportation. Reason why is think about sustainability. If you have visibility on your last mile is great, but sustainability is more than your last mile, and it's more than your inbound. It's the entire life cycle of your order. So whether it's sustainability or your cost to serve, or perhaps your stock in transit, getting this visibility and being able to report over the multiple legs of your transportation orders, I think that's where the market is going. And somebody needs to start and make sure that the disruption starts at the point where we need it.
Erik, what kind of clients would be interested in such a proposition?
Well, I think, of course, clients that have both global shipping operations and their regional distribution. So if you look at the larger food producers, they often do those streams themselves. So they have their own global shipping, but also they perform the local distribution to, for instance, retailers and bars and cafes. On the other hand, you have the large retailers themselves that have very finely meshed distribution operations, but also need visibility on the inbound flows. And these actually are the first customers that are actually demanding this connectivity and this functionality from us. So they're asking Simacan, can you provide the inbound streams? And when we tell them that we're cooperating with Shippeo, they're really happy that we can finally help them with that.
Did you find any brands interested already today in Utrecht?
Yeah, actually quite a few, and we're happy to disclose them as soon as we have the signatures. But yeah, it's definitely moving in the right direction.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Welcome.